Okay, I want you to imagine something for a second. Picture yourself stepping into a field right in the middle of a hot summer day. The world around you isn't just something you see, it's something you feel, you hear, you really experience.
And the first thing you notice, of course, is the sight. It's just stunning. You've got these golden heads, some towering over you, standing like sentinels in the field. Each one is like a miniature sun, with these yellow rays that cast long, jagged shadows on the ground below. It's this whole landscape of light and shadow.
And it's not quiet either. If you listen, there's that dry, electric hum of cicadas in the air. You can hear the constant buzz of bees just going about their work. And then there's this papery whisper of the leaves. And these things are as big as dinner plates, rustling against their own thick, hairy stems.
Now get a little closer. You can smell it. It's not some big, perfumey smell, but something much more subtle. It's a green scent, kind of like sun-warmed straw mixed with a little bit of sticky resin from the flower buds. It's really the smell of life, the smell of a hot summer day.
Go ahead, reach out and touch one of the leaves. It's surprisingly rough, right? Almost like a fine grit sandpaper that just kind of catches on your skin. Now pat the center of the bloom. Your fingertips are going to come away with this bright yellow smear of pollen. In this one moment, you're not just looking at a plant anymore, you're actually meeting it.
And all of this, it just gets you thinking. We see this flower, so obviously connected to the sun, and we think we've got it all figured out. But what if there's more to the story? What if this flower isn't just following a star? What if it's actually teaching us something profound?
All right, so let's talk about the most famous thing about the sunflower, which, as it turns out, is mostly a myth.
We've all got that picture in our heads, right? A whole field of sunflowers, their heads slowly tracking the sun across the sky all day long. And yeah, young plants do that. But the mature, blooming flowers, they do something totally different. They stop moving and they fix their gaze to the east. So why? Well, it's actually a super clever strategy. By facing east, they warm up way faster in the morning sun, which makes them much more attractive to the early bird bees. And this connection to the sun is right there in its name. Its scientific name, Helianthus annuus, literally translates to sunflower. You can tell that even way back, people saw this plant and its golden star-like face and just knew it had a special relationship with the sun.
But a name tells a story, and the sunflower has more than one. While the Greeks saw a sunflower, the Aztecs in ancient Mexico had a different perspective. They called it chimalsochito, which means shield flower. For them, that big, sturdy, seed-packed head wasn't just a flower. It was a symbol of protection, like a warrior's shield. It's amazing how two different cultures can look at the same plant and see completely different things.
This dual identity, well, it leads to some funny situations. Is it a valuable crop, or is it a pesky weed? In Iowa, for example, the wild sunflower is officially listed as a noxious weed because it can outcompete corn. After this was declared, a legislator from Kansas, where the sunflower is the beloved state flower, joked that maybe they should open a hunting season on Iowa's state bird, the goldfinch, since goldfinches love to eat and spread sunflower seeds. It's the perfect story for a plant that is somehow both a nuisance and a totally vital part of the ecosystem.
Okay, so that's what we see above ground. But to really get what makes the sunflower so smart, we've got to look down, into the soil.
You see, the sunflower isn't living down there by itself. Nope, its roots are running this bustling underground marketplace. They push out sugars, think of it like cash, to attract these beneficial fungi. And these fungi, they act like a massive web, a kind of fungal Wi-Fi that extends the plant's reach, unlocking nutrients like phosphorus from the soil and trading them back to the sunflower. It's a classic win-win situation.
But it's not all about teamwork. The sunflower also knows how to claim its personal space. It practices something called allelopathy. Basically, its roots and its decaying leaves release these chemicals that stop other plants from growing too close. It's a form of botanical social distancing, making sure it gets all the sun, water, and nutrients it needs to really thrive. Pretty smart, huh?
So this clever, resourceful plant didn't just stay put. Its story is this incredible, globe-spanning epic, a journey through time and across entire continents.
The whole thing starts right here in North America, where indigenous peoples domesticated it thousands of years ago. Then, in the 1500s, Spanish explorers brought it over to Europe, where for a long time it was just a pretty, ornamental thing in gardens. But then, in the 1800s, it finds a new home in Russia, and boom,
It becomes a massive crop, a king of vegetable oil. And then, and this is the craziest part, those new and improved Russian varieties get brought back to North America in the late 1800s, transforming it into the supercrop we know today. It's just wild, right? It literally traveled the world, only to come back home, completely changed.
But you can't forget where its story began. Its roots in this land run so deep. For the Teton Dakota, the sunflower wasn't just a plant, it was a living calendar, a sign of abundance. This proverb says it all. A good sunflower season meant the whole ecosystem was healthy, and that meant the buffalo would be fat and the hunt would be good. The flower was a key to reading the land.
And that ancient idea of the sunflower as a sign of a healthy land? Well, it's taken on this powerful new meaning today. Turns out, the sunflower isn't just a sign of a healthy earth, it's an active creator of it.
I mean, check this out. After the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, scientists discovered something absolutely extraordinary that sunflowers could do. In one experiment, they floated sunflowers on rafts in a contaminated pond. In a single day, just 24 hours, they removed 94% of the radioactive uranium from the water. This incredible ability is called phytoremediation, and it's one of the plant's modern superpowers.
It's basically a healer for the earth. Its roots can literally suck up toxic heavy metals like lead and even radioactive isotopes, cleaning up polluted soil. But its healing powers don't stop with the soil. Get this. Recent studies have shown that its spiny pollen acts as a kind of bee medicine. It actually scours out parasites from a bumblebee's gut, reducing infections by a huge margin. So it heals the soil, and it heals the very pollinators that depend on it.
So what's the takeaway here? After all of this, its history, its biology, its incredible healing abilities, what does this ancient plant have to teach us today, as we're all trying to find a better way to live on this planet?
Well, you can see it in action in something like regenerative farming, where the golden rule is nothing is wasted. After the sunflower seeds are harvested, the plant's job isn't over. Those tall, tough stalks are full of potassium that they've pulled up from deep in the soil. So farmers will chop and drop them, leaving them on the field as mulch. All that potassium goes right back into the topsoil, feeding the next generation of crops. It's this beautiful, closed-loop system of giving back what you took.
And maybe that's the real lesson here. The sunflower teaches us about generosity and healing, but also about resilience. So much of its real strength, that deep taproot, that massive underground network, it all grows unseen, beneath the surface. It's only when the hard seasons show up, like a drought or a heat wave, that its true, deep-seated power is finally revealed. And you know, that's a kind of wisdom that applies just as much to us as it does to a flower in a field facing the sun.